a major improvement that needs to be done is you being able to upload photos and media, and you'll be able to analyze it. Because what I've realized with these AI models is they are decentralizing stuff so that they can profit. If ChatGPT, or let's say Bard, I don't know, I don't use Bard often, but then what I know is that if it could do everything all in one, hey, they would make a lot.
Artificial intelligence tool, and it is a pre-trained model. So obviously, it is taking vast data sets and using that to generate response for based on the input that you give it. So I think now the topic about ChatGPT has been increasingly growing.
Yo. I mean, this is the Back and Forth podcast, Charlie.
Hey man, it's your boy Rick 4K, and welcome back to another episode on the Back and Forth podcast, the number one best university podcast in Ghana right now.
Yeah.
Come out.
Make them come out the phone inside.
Oh?
Make them come out the phone.
I did shock. Come on.
You get shock. You won't be the shock.
I did shock. Come on. So, gang, so you can have this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, wherever you soak your podcast for, just go on there, the Back and Forth with Rick 4K, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Back and Forth podcast,
and turn on post notifications.
I mean, for do, and go check out our Instagram out too, the Back and Forth Pod on Instagram. We post plenty of videos on there, so you can have at that too. So without much further ado, let me introduce my guest today. So on my right we have
Kelvin. You know, you've seen my face before.
Like a regular guest on the pod.
Yeah, so let's get it.
All right, and to my left is a new face. I'm super gassed up for this episode.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a new face.
I'm super gassed up for this guest because he really stressed me. He has really stressed me like since last year. You know. So I will let him do his own honest, bro.
Alright, you too. My name is Kelvin. I'm a student, and for the context of the conversation, I'm a CS major, computer science major.
Oh.
Yeah, that's cool.
School. We'll talk about that back doors.
Now you assassin the tracker, then like this guy.
Charlie, see I hate the money tab, so
wanted.
some things are back there. So as I said, I'm super gassed up for today's episode because today's episode gonna be interesting, educative, fun. I mean, we already did the part one, I think last year with Kelvin and Nixon, but because of some reasons we couldn't have Nixon on today's episode. But we have Kelvin on today. So Kelvin Square or 2 Kelvin.
Don't do the Kelvin Square, please. Don't do the Kelvin.
So, gang, without much further ado, let's get straight to it. So, the last episode, Kumordzyi. Let me refer you as Kumordzyi, not to confuse anything. Is that okay? SK. I said Kumordzyi, I'm saying SK.
I'll be there.
So SK, the topic about ChatGPT right now is fast increasing. Like everybody is talking about it, and I know you have had so many interactions with the specific AI and other AIs too. We are not only talking about ChatGPT today. We will be talking about other AIs too. So I want to get your general overview about the whole AI that's in the system right now.
General overview
of the AI in the system right now.
Okay, so what my take is on artificial intelligence is basically per what they say and per what you search for when you look out there. It's supposed to help us with our everyday life, like the basic things that you would send your daughter to do, your son to do, things that you would go out and look up on Google.
Yeah.
It's supposed to make things easier, life easier.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get to how whether it is making life easier or not. But then, yeah, my personal overview about artificial intelligence is that it's a language model, right? That is kind of like it's trained to understand the day-to-day aspects of like. So as we are speaking right now, ChatGPT is being trained to understand the English language better and better every day. I think it's even gotten to the point where we are kind of training it indirectly because we are constantly plunging away information. I mean, there's a report feedback system. That's one thing for sure. That is going to help ChatGPT train itself to help us.
Okay. Kelvin, what's your general overview?
So yeah, I think taking up from what Kelvin said, is basically artificial intelligence tool, and it is a pre-trained model. So obviously, it is taking vast data sets and using that to generate response for based on the input that you give it. So I think now the topic about ChatGPT has been increasingly growing because a lot of people have been exposed to it. If we take back, let's say 2 years ago or a year ago, it wasn't really a high-tech topic, but now we see that a lot of companies are investing in ChatGPT or OpenAI. So I think we'll talk more about that. But this is the general overview of ChatGPT.
That's a good point. I mean, as I said, today is gonna be So Kumordzhi, I wanna know, since you started using the AI models, let's say
Models. Okay.
all the AI modules, and let's say ChatGPT for instance. Since you started using it, like how has your perception about the AI evolved over time? Your perception about AI evolved since your interaction with the AI models, especially
My perception.
okay, over time.
Over time.
Yeah.
So basically, you're trying to ask me how I kind of like view it. Okay, so my take down on that is it's easy and it's annoying sometimes. It's like ChatGPT is like a kid that has infinite knowledge on what has been plunged into it. Like I said, anything outside the scope, it won't go there. I mean, after all, it's let's for the basic man, it's a computer. Your computer will not go outside of this scope unless it's Ultron. I don't know if you've watched Avengers. But then my personal perception, like I said, is easy and annoying because it's like a kid. Sometimes you tell the AI, I need a definition for a subject. It will give you so many unnecessary things. But you see, like I said, you don't blame the AI. Just like you don't blame a kid. It's still learning, it's still growing. I feel like it will get to a point where you wouldn't even really need to stress to tell it whether or not to go too deep or go too, because I feel like as an AI that is assigned to every account, it should be able to understand that, hey, this guy, he likes short definitions. Wow. Because I like short definitions. So I feel like even the AI I use on my Google Chrome, it got to a point, it started giving me short definitions only. Because it's realized that every time I come, I just want straightforward answers. I don't want that whole gibberish unless I personally want it. So like I said, it's easy and it's annoying. If you don't know how to give the prompts, you will not be able to harness the raw power of ChatGPT.
Kelvin.
So I think I agree with Kelvin. So obviously it's easy and quite annoying. But I think it's quite better than search engines that we have. Because usually if you want to search for something, you have to go through a series of hyperlinks to be able to get information. But one thing about ChatGPT is that you have to continuously go deep into what you want. It's a vast, data set. So if you ask ChatGPT, let's say, what is, software engineering, it is going to give you a bunch of definitions. But you have to continuously ask deep questions to be able to get the response that you want. So that is the annoying part. But I think if you look into the future, obviously we go to a point where you'll be able to get straight response answers.
So question. So per your interaction with ChatGPT, how do you kind of like envision it in like the near future? Like
In the coming future.
In the coming future, like societal norms, education. How do you kind of envision it?
I think it's going to be a tool that is going to help students a lot.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I can say ChatGPT actually came for computer science students.
You
Because-
think?
Yeah, that is what I think.
Okay.
Because it helps a lot, and I'm seeing ChatGPT or OpenAI in general, or artificial intelligence in general, not necessarily taking over the world, but it's going to aid human interaction or human work in a very vast way, from economy to education. Let's narrow it down to education.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you have a paper to write and you are running out of ideas. Obviously, you can use ChatGPT to actually get like broader ideas, and you can actually use that to write your essays. And if you look at ChatGPT 4, I'm using ChatGPT 4, and you can actually put in your resume for it to actually, like, let's say you're applying to this company, you can use your resume, ChatGPT to actually like give you feedback on your resume or on your paper, because it has a creative writing section.
Okay.
So I think in general it's definitely going to help human interaction. But I'm just hoping it wouldn't get to a point where like it's going to take over a bunch of things, since people are becoming so curious and wants to like explore overly in open AI or artificial.
So you said in relation to education, let's bring it down to societal norms, how our everyday lives, how we live in life. How is it going to affect it in the future?
Is it the ChatGPT or
ChatGPT or artificial intelligence?
I think probably in workspaces, if that is part of what you're asking,
Yeah.
obviously it's going to reduce work efficiency in terms of the number of physical or human force that is going to be employed. Because now AI can literally do most of the work that we can do.
Yeah.
And if you think you can actually pay, let's say, $1 million to actually get a robot who can work 24/7, I think it's quite better than having to employ, let's say, 10 people who would be paid, let's say, $8,000 a month for that job. So I think it wouldn't help in terms of social norms, workforce, and everything. But I think this is the new force. We have to live with it and also compromise.
Come on.
So where are we starting from? How are I facing?
Yeah, how you envision it?
Okay, so like Kelvin also said, it's kind of making the work easier, right? Now you go to let's say you're building a website. Now there's edit with AI. You don't need to generate text for content for the website anymore, right? Because now it's going to read or scan or analyze the page that you're on, see the kind of text, the kind of this thing, it takes those things from the beginning. Some websites, when you're building a website with content management systems like WordPress, Odoo, all these apps, Wix especially, Wix is so serious on AI. Everything from the start of the website to the end of the website is on AI, right? It makes it easier, faster. And the crazy thing is, even with that, there can still be jobs, but you see the way the human force was needed is not going to be needed like that again. So like you always said, I bet to say will pay. So even if they'll keep you, there will be a drop in your pay. Because I have a computer that is doing it for free. All I need to buy is data. Yes. Do you understand? And the norms part, I feel like we as people would tend to become lazy or sluggish in the along the line, because even for me as an individual, there's this kind of comfort that I'm getting into that I feel like is bad, but then I know for a fact that last if it is last minute I need to go through some quick JavaScript this thing, I can just put it there to bring it quick. But you see, back in the 3 years ago, ChatGPT wasn't a thing. ChatGPT really, it came what, 2021 or 2022?
But I think
It was a hit in 2022, but I think in outside countries it was really there. Yeah, but then, like I said, we learned the thing so much, trained our brains to understand it but now there's ChatGPT, so I know that Charlie, this assignment that is coming, I'll go flip it for it and go do for me. Do you understand? So I feel like it's going to make us sluggish as human beings. But then again, I feel like there's a hack. Regardless of these things, there has to be a hack. I don't know for you.
Yeah, that's true.
So, your limitations, like in relation to ChatGPT usage, what are some of the challenges that you face while using that AI?
Yeah, I would say the challenges will probably be the type of information that sometimes it outputs. Let's say it can give you false information as well. So it's, a model obviously can give you a false information. But in relation to academics, I would say plagiarism, because if you are able to copy text from ChatGPT and you're not able to like make a little setting around it, it can lead to academic dishonesty. So I would say for students, it's obviously plagiarism, but for the limitations, as Kelvin said initially, again, the workforce will be heavily affected, and laziness. Because last semester, for instance, most of my assignments were actually done by ChatGPT. Last minute on the deadline, I would just put it inside, give me answers. I was even using ChatGPT for my French, assignment as well. So that's how crazy it is.
Sorry.
So I think it's good. Obviously, it's good, but hopefully we'll be able to correct those, little limitations.
So I feel like with what Kelvin said, I just got an idea that okay, we know I'm not a programmer or the developer for the AI, right? But then for a fact that you behind the main system will be able to track the sort of like prompts or inputs or people that are using it on a day-to-day basis. So things that would make people sluggish. Maybe you could limit maybe the number of times you could ask a question. I mean, it's just like a hack to make people stand on their toes, because we as human beings are beings of purpose. Computers, when they don't have purpose, they will be there. The moment you feel like, hey Charlie, I don't know what to do, hey, it's serious, because if it becomes a thing for you, it will take a lot to actually get you out of that wormhole, because you stand up and you say you don't know what to do. Meanwhile, the computer has done everything, and it's I feel it's bad. Even as a science person, as an IT person, I feel like it's bad. Like, it's doing so much for you. Okay, what do you think? Because you wake up, Alexa has filled and drawn the curtains in outside countries. A full smart home. Jesus Christ, you won't even lift a finger. You just need to turn a button on. Now even there's voice activation. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because of the way we have grown up, but then I just don't like it when I don't have purpose. When I wake up and I know that everything has been done for me like that, it makes me feel something. But some people like it though. So like you said, for assignment, it can give you false information. You have been marked 0.
Of course.
Before. Do you understand? Those things. So like you said.
So I wouldn't say ChatGPT would OpenAI or artificial intelligence will take over the world. I think we would actually open those parts for you to actually take over. Because if you are sitting in the room and you're not doing anything, and
exactly,
it is doing almost everything for you, indirectly you are training it to act like a human, for you to do things that you can actually do. And when it wants, during the stages that it becomes very worse, that is where I don't think we can actually find a cure for it, and that is very dangerous in those instances.
Because I think if you watch this movie, The Creator, right?
Yeah, The Creator.
You guys should watch.
No, I actually watched.
You guys should watch The Creator. It's a very dope movie. Like, it kind of envisions the world where human entity has been fused with so much computer stuff to the point where you can't really even determine if this is a computer or a human being. And it was crazy. I've watched the movie twice.
They cloning your actual self into an AI.
I think I've seen it.
So
for the rich people who actually
No. Okay, for that one, it's like the humans in the context of the movie. Way back in the 90s, they were trying to build AI robots to help with war, help with cleaning, help in hospital finance and stuff, and it kind of became a thing. So what happens is, even now I'm hearing it's going to happen. I'll come to that. But what happens is they take your whole existence, except your soul, because your soul is not part of. But then the way you think is now they'll download it onto a chip, and you can be moved from body to body like a drive. And it's crazy. Hey, it's crazy.
It was with a kid. They created a kid, and that kid was like
The alpha, like
The alpha.
it's able to grow. They wanted to make a robot, an AI being that will be able to grow like humans. Like, bro, you guys need to watch that movie. You guys need to watch that movie.
So, question. So, I think I have this one. It says, sorry. What improvements or additional functionalities would you like to see in AI models like ChatGPT?
If it wasn't for my lazy self talking, I was going to say it should be able to take a full textbook. Sometimes they tell me we have an assignment right now. They say we should read 6 chapters and write. Mobile computing. They say we should read 6 chapters and write notes. Charlie, it's plenty. I wish I could just copy that whole section, put it in ChatGPT to summarize it for me, and I read what is actually important and I do. But then no, I think unless the ChatGPT 4s and stuff. But then the regular one, no. And that's one, but that's me being lazy. But then I feel like a major improvement that needs to be done is you being able to upload photos and media, and you'll be able to analyze it. Because what I've realized with these AI models is they are decentralizing stuff so that they can profit. If ChatGPT, or let's say Bard, I don't know, I don't use Bard often, but then what I know is that if it could do everything all in one, they will make a lot of money. Because I will upload a picture of this phone and I'll tell you, give me financial analysis of this type of phone, give me model specifications, all that. It's crazy. It's doing a lot of things. I upload my voice. AO, like the way Tony Stark says to Jarvis, can you analyze this? It's going to make OpenAI, the entity that's governing this whole system, rich. So what I've realized that they are decentralizing it. So I think there's DAO-A, there's ChatGPT, there's now Bard. The AI companies are like just splitting everything, so that they can profit.
I think mine will obviously be the data privacy and how they store information or how they output information. See, if you look at other social media platforms, those platforms are easy targets to high influential in society, using that to actually, let's say, spread false information or maybe use them for their campaign purpose. I think ChatGPT, what I need them to do, or one major improvement I want to see is they should be able to protect data privacy, and also they should be able to work on the type of input that they give users, because it is becoming one trusted, platform where
everyone is using it.
Yeah, and whatever data it gives you, you obviously will think, oh, this is 100% correct. So if it asks you about, let's say, who is doing this or that, and it gives, oh, this person did this and that, and I think in the real world it's actually different. It's going to create a lot of like distractions. You're not going to see this on the surface level, but deep down it can create a whole lot of confusion and all of that. So my major concern will obviously be data usage and also data privacy, how it will be able to protect their users' data and all of that, since other tech companies are not doing that. So if it is doing that, then it has my voice.
Question. So, in your opinion, what ethical considerations should be taken into account when using ChatGPT in conversational context?
Ethical, in conversational context. Break the question down because I'm a little confused. Seriously.
Like, do you understand the question?
I think I understand.
Okay.
I think it's quite related to ethics, like data privacy as well, and data usage. If before you even create your ChatGPT account, you use your Google, right? So Google now
gives you information.
It gives information out. And now it has all details about you. You get it. So obviously it has all the data of all the users who are using the platform. So if it is able to protect the users, or it is able to assure us of data privacy, then obviously that would be one of the platforms that everyone will go to
thing is, I feel like it will be hard because like these API integrations are such that it makes creating entering into other environments seamless. That's why we say continue with Facebook, continue with TikTok, continue with Google, continue with Gmail. So I feel like where Kelvin is saying is a very dicey topic, because I think even for them at court or something, they debate on it a lot. So maybe I feel like there could be privacy questions that could be put in place to prevents people from doing any suspicious or malicious things, because that API integration is a very key thing that had started long time ago. Exactly. You being able to enter a whole ecosystem like Facebook with just your Gmail account. Do you understand? Because those parameters, like when you are coding, you create an empty array or an empty object with separate arrays. That this array is maybe you name this array personal. Personal will contain name, age, date. That slots are empty, so they are going to be filled by the information from Gmail. Because when you registered on Gmail, you use your name, age, date, so it's a very, very dicey platform. Exactly. So it's a very, very dicey place that I feel like they need to really pay attention to that place. Yeah.
So in your perspective, like how effective is ChatGPT in understanding context and providing relevant response?
It's really dope, because I used to study anytime I'm studying I use ChatGPT, because sometimes the slides don't make sense. Yeah. And like I said, if you are able to use and give it the correct prompts, trust me, you make good use of that. That's the thing. Because some people just say, tell me what I can do. No. You need to be able to narrow it down, be very specific. Yeah, don't broaden the scope, narrow it down. That way I feel like it will really hit targets for you.
Yeah, I think I agree with Kelvin as well. Now let's take an example, like let's say we are all computer science students. So let's say you are studying, let's say, hash maps or maybe trees or binary trees, etc. And you want to, like, let's say, ask yourself, like, do I really understand this topic? You can actually use ChatGPT. Yeah. So you ask, like, okay, I've studied this and that. What other things do you think I should do? Exactly. It's going to give me like a bunch of information. Same applies to other areas of studies as well. So I would say, what was the question again?
I was asking your perspective, how effective
in
understanding context and providing answers.
So I think right now I'll give it like 80 or 100.
Yeah,
because
solid 80.
An application that actually came like a few years ago.
2 years ago.
Very good. And we are hoping that in more years to come, they will be able to actually fix those limitations that has been brought out online or by other tech personals, and they'll be able to work on it. But for it to function this way with input, giving output within seconds, I think it's better than most of the search engines that we do.
And even finish.
Yeah, I think
so even about improvements that you mentioned, that I just remember that it being able to generate permalinks, it does generate sometimes, but I think sometimes with the permalinks, like I feel like there's a limitation there. Sometimes when you put in some links, it will tell you that it cannot something.
It cannot be found.
But sometimes too, it will give you YouTube links. Yeah. But I feel like all those things are security measures put in place, because someone can ride the wave of just one link into the system. Yeah, and will be able, and you'll be hacked. So I feel like that one also, if it could be looked at, because sometimes you look on Google and the information is so vast. Like I said, it's not able to narrow it down for you. Exactly. Yeah.
Alright. So, what are your thoughts on the idea of humans and AI working collaboratively?
It's dope, but I mean, you can't. Human knowledge is I was about to say volatile, but it's not volatile. It's like it can change with belief.
Okay.
If I believe the earth is flat, I trust you. I will have every concrete evidence to try and prove that the earth is flat.
Yeah.
But you see, if there's a standard for everything, which there is, and that standard has been given to maybe the AI that this is the rule, measure everything that we do against this. Come on, you work, pay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you see, we humans have that, vast creativity. We are very creative. ChatGPT or artificial intelligence isn't. You have to
Yeah.
feed it, how creative you want to be.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of it performing high quality duties, I would give it to ChatGPT because humans, especially Gen Zs, and our type of workforce currently, isn't really the best compared to people who actually came before us. So I would say ChatGPT or artificial intelligence is capable of doing very good work at smaller time. So the rate at which it works is very better. But we humans have the creativity. So obviously we're going to tell it that we have to do this way for us to get the desired result.
Perfect combi.
Yeah. But I'm hoping it wouldn't get to a point where it becomes as creative as we humans.
It obviously will.
But you see, I feel like
I think it's true.
it will,
But
but
it takes time.
Yeah,
It takes time.
because I feel like it references from. I feel like I didn't mention this last year on the Facebook that it's all statistics. It uses the highest ranking. If everyone is saying this phone is yellow, and to you it's white, because everyone says it's yellow. ChatGPT tell you it's yellow.
Yeah.
Because it's using statistics. So if everyone is referencing, for UI designers, we go on Dribble, Behance. That's where we get inspiration from. And the great thing about us humans and the way we think is that the creative space is limitless for us. We could keep going, but you see, like we are humans. We tend to get tired. We tend to get sloppy. Things occupy our minds. But you see that for these computers, what you're giving it to do is what it's doing. So if with terms of creativity, I feel like it will be so not flexible. It will be rigid. The creativity part of these things will be rigid because it's following this kind of straight pattern. It wouldn't really try and experiment too much. But for us humans, we understand. Not understand, like it comes to us because it's a part of our being.
Yeah. Now let me take an example. Like let's say if you want to create a website, right? ChatGPT can give you the HTML, the CSS, and the JavaScript. But if you look at the website that is going to produce, it will be very low quality in terms of appearance. And
Exactly.
But you as a human, you know how you want the website to look, where you want the box, everything should be. So obviously you can actually give that. I want the box to go over here. I want it to go over here. I want the spacing to be here. This and that. And now you get your desired result. So
That's great. So, do you believe there are specific tasks or areas where ChatGPT could complement human abilities most effectively?
Areas, healthcare, and for us computer people, I feel like what we have is cool. I mean, because if it comes too much, the people we need to work would reduce. But I feel like place that is really important is healthcare. Why? Because there's so much about the body that one human being cannot keep in their mind. Hey, when I look at the things the medical students have to learn, me like I'll die. Because 2 classes a day I'm shaking. And these people go for it's true.
Yes.
Like they go to class from as 7 to 8, 6. Oh, come on. Like if there was a way AI systems could be fused with medicine and medical, it would make their work so difficult. It would make medical people have a life. They don't have lives. Their lives exist only on Saturday and Sunday. And Saturday and Sunday is just family time. They don't even have time to hang out with their friends. They don't have time to do personal stuff. So most of them, you see a medical doctor advising you to go and jog and exercise, but no, you get so they don't have lives. Most of my friends who do medicine, it really takes a lot for you to find people who do these things to really feel straight, act straight, right? Yeah, I'm not saying there's a standard for straight, like straight, but then you get my point. Yes, I feel like it's important so that they can also have a life. Yeah.
Now, I mean, let's talk about the health a little bit. I think, I agree with you to some extent in terms of how we want to penetrate those areas. But you see, you are dealing with humans.
Okay.
So I think it should come in 50-50. Because we need humans to be able to understand humans.
We'll be able to. True.
The way, because let's say an old woman goes to the hospital right now, she'll be like, "Oh, you see CMA, yeah." That is all. She's not gonna tell you anything. So imagine you telling an AI, which is CMA, then it will be like, oh, what is wrong? Then the data set, someone
Yeah,
has
okay,
an accident
true,
over
true.
somewhere, and then the artificial intelligence is probably going to give
Possible,
description,
yeah.
which might probably not go with the way we humans will do. So yeah, I think I agree. We need it in the field, but it should still be like
Yeah, on a balance scale.
on a balance scale.
Yeah.
But one area I prefer it goes more into is engineering, because no, I don't think engineering. I think still health.
Yeah,
Because I think now engineering it has already penetrated those areas.
Yeah, all these areas.
Yeah, except that we don't usually see that in Ghana. But hopefully in the future we will have a lot of people like delving more into those areas and actually using that in our fields here in Ghana. Yeah.
But what of finance? Do
It will be
think-
risky, and it's
Yeah,
I would say it will be
very
risky. With the way bank accounts, it will be very risky. Because once we invite these tools over there, it becomes very risky to deal with, because if someone hacks the system,
That's it.
That's it. Our small 2 cities and 5 cities initially.
All right, so let's talk about a little about privacy and security. I know we have dealt in one with you, but I think this question is very important. So, what measures do you think AI developers should prioritize to ensure user data protection?
Oh, this is an exam question.
Most of the questions are more exam related.
These are exam questions.
After that, we have to read us. That's our agree.
For sure.
For real. You said what?
What measures do you think AI developers should prioritize to ensure user data protection?
Measures.
It's very deep.
Yeah, I don't want to give wrong information. That's what I'm thinking. Measures. Okay, let's take it one by one. Measures to for data protection security. Right? So, like Kelvin said earlier, location, anything that has to do with personal info. I feel like there should be, it should be within, it should be within the space of, it should be within a protected space before it actually authenticates you. For example, you see the way this company G4S, you've seen them. They gas is G with the 4 and S.
Okay.
They're a security company, right? And they protect some big hotels, maybe like Villaggio, like Ibab. Yes. They are a private entity alone, focused on security. You as one entity. Let's see, for example, Microsoft. You cannot. Microsoft is a very strong company, but they won't be strong everywhere. Do you understand? That's why there are antivirus companies that are solely focused on security, pushing all resources towards security. Yes. Now, bringing it back to this topic, I feel like there should be an entity that governs the way personal information is seamlessly driven through these environments. Do you understand? Like an all-in-one protection. Because Google is into diverse things. I'm not saying their security is bad, but then if there was a company that's solely focused on protection, Charlie, the rapid response to these things will be quicker. Do you understand? Before your information gets authenticated into ChatGPT, Bard or something, it will really question you to be sure that you are not a bot, you are not this. Do you understand? That kind of thing. That's what my take is on.
Yeah, I think I agree with Kevin as well. One other thing I would say is, you see, we are dealing with data, right? And I would say I don't expect them to be selling our data, because if you look at, I watched this documentary, Social Dilemma. I don't know if you see,
Social Dilemma.
I watched this documentary, and it was very crazy, because if you look at Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and everything, they have our data. They know what you like. They know what you screenshot.
Keep doing
so
stuff.
if they want to run ads on the system, they know that they can actually keep you to your phone all the time, 100%. So one thing I expect them to do is, because they are using AI. You see, in Social Dilemma, there was a part that one of the tech guys was saying that we humans are competing against high tech, tools on how we can, get ourselves focused on our phone. Now, if you put this phone like here, and you go out, there is no way you can spend more than a day without having this phone.
Yeah,
Because they've structured us in a way, or they are modeling us in a way
Yeah.
that
I saw that part. We are like avatars. We are like avatars.
yeah, like lab rats.
Yeah.
So, lab rats. So I'm expecting most of our tech companies, or even AI modeling companies, to be able to respect data privacy. And I don't know the measures that.
But you see, the crazy thing too is, like, with respect to data privacy, at the same time it helps, because you wouldn't, just like the way you would have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and you say you'll be having a conversation. Oh, I like this color so much. You as a boy was expected that you keep in your mind on the day of surprise. Hooray is there. The same way it can be of good use, the same way it can be, because for marketing strategies, that thing what we are talking about is very important for marketing strategies. But if there's the motive behind them throwing the feedback at us is for what, like Kelvin is saying, to keep us glued on these phones, then it's bad. But yeah, like you said, the pro and the cons, we have to look at it all, let people know. So I feel like for the marketing strategy, these things are good. It throws information at you, it throws the information you want to see at you. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so that reminded me of one limitation I have, which is how, this whole competition between staying glued to your phone versus you staying away from your phone. Because, like us, we're all Gen Zs, right? So, our generation has this system of we are always glued to your phone.
Yeah.
And once you get away from your phone, it's like you have this headache and you don't feel like better about yourself. And I don't know, but I feel like this thing is very crazy because, for instance, for someone who is less than 10 years holding an iPhone, going to Snapchat, going to Instagram, always on the phone, screen time very crazy. This person grows up with everything being phone. Like if you take this phone away, like let's say, like this movie, Leave the World Behind. You realize at some point in time they were completely shut.
But that movie, the way it ended, I didn't like it.
I was like, what is the meaning of this? Yeah, I had the same thing.
Yeah.
But you see, now I'm having this feeling that World War III will mostly be about cybersecurity. So let's say if they shut down everything, then your phone is on 0%. Bro, what are you gonna do? You are probably going to kill yourself. At some point, let's say in 1 week, you without your phone, bro, you can't even survive.
But you see, that's like I was saying, that it's a serious problem that we have to understand or come into a realization of, right? We need to be in the present. We need to find a way to be in the present. Like, so much happens around us. It is if you realize, everywhere in the world, until there's power outage, you will never know the number of people in a building.
Yeah.
Or the number of people you were even neighbors with.
You don't even care.
You don't even care.
Yeah.
Someone is speaking, you have to.
You get, like, we need to find a way to be in the present.
Yeah.
So I make sure that, like, I don't cross a screen time limit of 9 hours every week. Some phones tell you your screen time, average screen time during the week, or per day. Sorry, per day for the whole week.
Yeah.
I try my best to stay below 9 and not cross 10. Because when you cross 10, you are gone. It means that out of the 24 hours, you are spending 10 hours on your phone. The 24 hours, you sleep for about 8.
8 hours.
So now 24 minus 8, what's left? Like 16?
16, yes.
Yes. So out of that 16, you're using 10 to be on your phone.
Yeah.
Come on. You see, when we say 24 and we say 10, the comparison is huge. But when you look at it again, out of that 24, you're sleeping for like 8, 9. And the crazy thing is, so many people don't sleep early, entering into the next 24 of the next day.
The typical Gen Z doesn't sleep before.
So a typical Gen Z is not spending 24 hours a day. You are spending like 12.
Exactly.
If you look at it, because let's say, for example, we are going to play football tomorrow, right? Today,
Yeah.
we are already entering to tomorrow,
Yeah.
and we have already started spending some hours out of the 24 hours for tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Imagine that time we are used playing football. It's all football. See these things, this technology stuff is so good, but it's crazily affecting us.
And my major problem is actually because, see, I would say Gen Zs again, because we are the ones who will be taking over. And the way we are being groomed or trained in this form, I think it would be the careers of, let's make everything AI.
Yeah.
Because it feels easy.
We like easy. But you see, the thing about the brain is, I listened to a podcast by David Goggins, right? He said, and I actually believe the brain is designed to self-protect. Your brain will never want you to stress. It will shock you that you are tired here. It's not that you are tired in your brain. You are tired physically, but your brain is not tired. Your brain is going to protect you from the things that it knows that you can overcome. When you jog, you hit a 5 kilometer period, your heart starts to feel like it's wearing out. Unless you have a serious medical condition, it's actually not. It's your brain that is trying to tell you that, oh, you're tired, try and stop. It's not going to speak to you, but it's kind of communicating to your body. That is where you need to shout, like scream and keep going. Because if you stop, your brain has won. So you're actually in a battle against yourself. So you need to find a way to beat the system, because your brain already has a competitive advantage over you. Do you understand? Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up. Okay, I think I have the last but one question. Then we are done for the episode. So, are there any specific aspects? No, not that one. Okay, has your interaction with ChatGPT influenced your perspective on technology, AI, or the future of human-machine interaction?
Oh yeah, obviously it has actually changed a lot about how I view so many things. And again, my major concern will still be on how it is controlling us. And I think that has always been my major concern. After I watched the Social Dilemma, it has been my major concern that they shouldn't overtake our brain. Again, there is this part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex, that helps you to actually determine whether something is right or wrong. So I think age 21. So before that age, imagine someone who is 16 years.
You
Going all about with snap streaks. I want to have 1 million snap streaks and all of that.
Sure.
This person would actually grow up being sluggish in so many ways. So that will obviously be my major concern. But I'm hoping, in more years to come, there will be major improvements in these areas.
Yeah, so with what Kelvin said right now, it's kind of taking me a couple steps back to the ethical part you're saying, right?
Yeah.
So can I take it from?
Oh, yeah,
so this is ethics. Yeah. This is us, and this is computers, right? These companies know that celebrities sell. They know that because Cristiano Ronaldo likes Axe body spray, everybody who has money would also want to use Axe body spray. Crazy. I'm just saying. They are marketing side of the company. Every big major company has a marketing side, right? Their marketing side,
which is the biggest.
Yes, and you know the funny thing, these developers are not creating these things to control us. It's the marketing people who are telling them what you want.
Yeah.
These people are putting these celebrities or these figures as kind of like a standard to model certain things around. That way, it is subconsciously making you do what they want you to do. Do you understand? So, like you said,
we are being controlled.
Exactly. You don't know it, but you are. We all are. Because I'm liking Adidas now for some particular reasons. You might like you do for some particular reasons. For all you know, your mind is telling you that it is for your personal reason, but it's because you've seen this person wear and it looks so dope. We are trying to set a standard where streaking is supposed to be a compulsory thing. So everybody is going to want to do it. Exactly. You get my point. So just because there's a standard for it now, we are creating unethical standards on digital stuff, and that is what I feel is really controlling everything that we do. Take a look at it.
It's
That
very
makes
true.
so much sense.
Yeah, it's very true.
The standards are we think that it is us now, but these standards they are put on now. People are creating what do you call it? I saw somebody streak me. He said, "What's the essence of Snapchat? Is to streak. If not, why else are you using it?" I'm like, yo, the fuck.
So yeah,
Wait, one last thing. Everyone should watch the social dilemma.
Yeah.
I think
it's on YouTube.
Oh, Netflix.
Netflix. Okay. Alright. So have you guys heard of Rabbit?
Rabbits.
Yeah.
Rabbit or rabbit?
Rabbit.
Rabbit. Abua rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a new AI device
Oh, okay.
that do everything. It's very small. You can actually look it up. It's very small. I think I saw the video on YouTube. I think last week that I saw the first, what is it called?
Research rabbit.
Yeah.
This one. The rabbit R1.
Yeah, Rabbit R1. Yeah. I saw the video on YouTube.
Oh, okay, this.
Yeah, this. Yeah.
It looks clear.
Yeah, if you can see. Yeah. I'll post the picture on. Yeah. It do everything. It's voice activation. You can insert SIM card, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, everything. You just have to tell it what you want it to do. Wow. So it's that tiny screen. Yeah, this is the CEO of Rabbit. Crazy. The device crazy.
They're telling you why you need it.
Yes, crazy. You can watch the video on YouTube. The initial whatever launching or whatever. So yeah, today has been educative, fun. When we are talking about tech related stuff, I'm really happy and it fascinates me about the whole thing, how the world is moving now in that AI direction and all that. So yeah, guys, it has been the ChatGPT episode. Yeah, and this is the part 2, obviously, and I had Kelvin Kumordzi. And Charlie, today, if you missed any point in this video, I beg, go back, rewind, and go and watch it, because you really have to take something out of today's episode, because today, I love it. So yeah, thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate you too. You wanna shout your social out?
Oh yeah. So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, KELVIN_Travis59. Snapchat.
Travis. I don't know where you got the
Travis59.
I don't even know, bro.
I don't even know.
Yeah, come on.
Someone told me like I dress like Travis Scott. I was like, okay, let's go for that.
Yeah. So and Kumordzi too.
So real Kelvin
Real Kelvin
on all social platforms. Yeah.
So you can have this pod on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, whatever you soak your podcast for. Just go on there. Just the back and forth with Rick 4K. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel to the back and forth with Rick 4K. Yes, turn it on, Charlie. So see if we upload, you go watch. Don't skip any message in today's video, please. I beg, don't.
Comment as well.
Yeah. It's very important. Yeah, and what you want us to be talking about more, because it's more of the pod is directed more to educating you guys. I know some people are complaining that why are we not talking about relationship styles and all that.
It go come,
but relax, bro. Like, it's not always about relationship, bro. Charlie, some information is the need that is actually more important than relationship and all that. So yeah, see you same place next time, same time, and wherever you soak the podcast. So it's me, the back and forth with Rick 4K. See you in the next episode. Yeah, as always. Yeah, gree on gold mood.